to LFL football night, and can Atlanta hold on? We asked Adrian Purnell.
We have to play the third and fourth quarter like we played the first and second quarter all season long. 4 quarters of football, you don't win in the first half. You have to finish. So as long as we play well in the third and fourth quarter, we'll walk out of here straight to the Legends Cup.
I am fired up to see what's going to happen. They have a lead going into the fourth quarter. For the first time ever, Purnell might go to the Legends Cup, but there's still a quarter to play.
A dangerous looking pitch to Jesse Locklear. If Locklear doesn't handle that, that becomes a fumble and an open window for this Chicago team.
Exactly, and they cannot afford to do that in the fourth quarter. They're playing an airtight game right now. Just move the ball down the field. They cannot afford a turnover right now.
A 4th and 3 ball at the Chicago 17. We talked about the Atlanta team having opportunities defensively. This is a big one for this Chicago defense.
You don't want to be too conservative right here because you want more points. We'll see what they do.
A 4th and 3 option now. No open lane for Dakota Hughes. Look at the angle Dominique Collins took. And that is Allie Alberts coming up from the free safety position.
They try a straight option down to the end. There's absolutely nothing there. Great play by Chicago. Dominique Collins steals it. That's what Chicago needed. They have the ball. Now they need points.
When you have the champion backed into a corner, they're gonna respond. So at some point, you expected some kind of a rally from this Chicago team, and it could be coming right now.
What do you think about that call by offensive coordinator Mark White? We talked about him getting conservative in the second half. Was that conservative?
They've had some success with that option play, so maybe they thought that success would continue. Chicago coming up with a big defensive stop, and now their offense out on the field. Jane Caldwell. That'll be a 1-yard gain. Great tackle by Brittany Demery.
That is a coverage sack right there. She had time to throw. There was nothing there. You really have to hand it to Atlanta's secondary, especially Lauren Ziegler. They are still shutting out their top gun receiver, A.J. Johnson.
She is the deep threat for them, along with Allie Alberts, and to see nothing down the field with A.J. Johnson has got to be alarming if you're the offensive coordinator, Jim Bruner.
Jim Bruner right now, he has to be alarmed because Ziegler has her swamped. She cannot get open.
A 2nd and 9 ball at the 13-yard line. Caldwell back to pass, looking into the flat. That was intended for Shabria Civilian, and just no continuity offensively.
I'll tell you what, if May Gamble is your top receiver, you know that Atlanta defense is doing something special tonight.
That incomplete pass now setting up a 3rd and 9. This Atlanta defense to this point has been the Achilles heel versus Chicago, especially in the second half of games. But to this point, they've really held their ground.
There's still a lot of time left, but you're right. They came to play tonight. Caldwell's done nothing against them.
A 3rd and 9 play from the shotgun, complete. That is to Christelle Harris. That'll be enough for a Chicago first down. That is exactly the play they needed.
Great read by Jane Caldwell. They came with a full blitz. She saw it underneath nobody on Christelle Harris. Great play for Chicago.
A lot of talk around Christelle Harris leaving this Chicago team, not feeling wanted here. I'll tell you this, there's another 7 teams across this league that would open the door to her instantly.
They would take her in a heartbeat, one of the best ever, and she still shows she had it right on that play.
A 1st and 10 over the middle, and that'll be intercepted. An ill-advised pass by Caldwell, and another big play by the rookie, Jessica Salazar.
I don't want to say Jane Caldwell panicked, but she panicked. She had all kinds of time in the pocket. She stepped up like somebody was open. The only person there was the center, Brittany Wilson. I just don't get where she was throwing.
Yeah, the center is eligible in the LFL, but it didn't even look like Brittany Wilson was turned around and looking for the football.
No, she was blocking. There was a receiver coming behind, but not open. I just don't get the read.
Those are opportunities you have got to take advantage of offensively. You're down 14-0 with 7 minutes remaining. And that's not a look of confidence on Jane Caldwell. I'd be very worried about letting her go back out on the field as my quarterback with that kind of body language.
a championship quarterback. Picture Tom Brady. When he throws a pick, you're still getting the team together because you're in a championship game. Jane Caldwell didn't look like a leader right there. She should forget the interception. There's still time left, but she didn't look good at all on the sideline.
That was a first down carry by Jesse Locklear. Limited to 2 yards, but getting back to Chicago. If they thought they had one opponent in Atlanta, they've got another one now, and that is the game clock.
The way Atlanta's been playing tonight, chewing the clock, running down the field, throwing short passes, they could possibly run this clock out. Look, the first drive of the game, they had 13 plays.
2nd and 8, ball at the Atlanta 19-yard line. You could see Dakota Hughes in no hurry to get this play off. Watching that play clock and watching the seconds tick off. Back to pass, a quick screen. Lauren Ziegler and Allie Alberts coming up from the free safety position like a bat out of hell. That'll be a loss of 6 yards.
There is still a lot of time left. It's not desperate yet for Chicago. They have so many playmakers. Allie Alberts, A.J. Johnson, Christelle Harris. All they need is the ball back.
A 3rd and 14 now. Ball at the Atlanta 13-yard line. Chicago does have a pair of timeouts remaining, and as you mentioned, a very explosive offense. So very much so still in this game. Hughes back to pass. Here comes the rush down the field. I'm not sure if she was throwing that away. The Chicago bench going nuts. They want an intentional grounding call here.
It should be intentional grounding. There was nobody over there. I'm not sure that got passed by the line of scrimmage.
Dina said she was going to leave. Huh? And it was wide open. Dina said she was going to leave.
No, tell Dina to do what the hell she needs to do.
That's fine. She could have left.
It was wide open. That's why I thought she was going.
She could have left.
Intentional grounding. Atlanta on the quarterback. Half the distance to the goal. Wants it down. 4th down.
They were going to call a release play with Dina Wojciechowski, the center, sneaking out into the flat. She told the quarterback she was going to do it, but then she didn't, and there was nothing there.
Dina Wojciechowski continuing to struggle here. Sets him back to a 4th and 25. You got to factor here maybe a punt by Atlanta. They certainly can't go for it here.
I think it's got to be 100% punt right here.
That is indeed the case. Lauren Ziegler with a big leg. A nice looking punt to about the 15-yard line. An even better return here by Allie Alberts, setting up her offense very nicely at the Atlanta 12-yard line.
Wow, that was a huge stop by the Chicago defense. They are in scoring position right now. They get in quick. There's a lot of time. Caldwell has to come up with something right now.
With 5 minutes remaining, if you can get a score within the next couple minutes, you really set up your defense nicely.
Absolutely. They had a good stop right there. And Caldwell's got fire in her eyes. We saw that shot on the sideline. She did not look good. She's got a little pep in her jump right now.
A 1st and 10. Caldwell back to pass over the middle. A little slant pattern complete to Christelle Harris. That'll be a gain of 8 yards.
That's a veteran throw right there. Get it to the Ferrari who can take it in. Not a pretty pass, but it got there. They're moving the football.
Ball a little behind Harris, but that is going to be their go-to ace here. She's the one in the huddle with the most amount of experience, especially when you need it here. A 2nd and 2, ball at the Atlanta 4-yard line. From the shotgun, throwing into the flat. That was intended for the outside receiver and looked like the receiver fell down.
They looked like they were doing a back shoulder right there. That was a good throw, though. Incomplete, but you know what? It wasn't a sack.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Number 2, Atlanta. Half the distance to the goal. 1st down.
That is the break Chicago needed. That is Brittany Demry on the roughing the passer call. So that'll move the ball inside the 1-yard line.
Is Atlanta falling apart again? There's a lot of time if they get in right now.
A 1st and goal. Poor snap back to Caldwell. She does manage to hold on to it. That'll be a loss of a yard.
Give Caldwell credit. She made something out of nothing. A bobbled snap could have been a disaster, but she almost got in the end zone.
2nd and goal. They'll have 3 more shots at the end zone. As the clock continues to run down, we're nearing the 4-minute mark of this game. And what an upset that would be if Atlanta could hold on to this lead.
They've been waiting for this opportunity, but there's a long way to go. If Chicago gets in here, who knows?
A 2nd and goal. Surge up the middle. And after 36 minutes of football, Chicago finally in the end zone.
Pay dirt for Caldwell, finally. Leading his team in, a lot of time left. One stop by this defense, who knows what might happen.
That was a key conversion. And I hate to keep going back to this point, but the mental aspect of this game, this Atlanta team has got to start wondering that is this where the bottom falls out?
They have to wonder if they're going to be snake bitten again. Last year in the championship, Eastern Conference Championship game, they were up 25-8 at halftime and lost. Chicago played sloppy, but they won. They're doing it again tonight. If they get in here, wow, this is fun.
An 8-point game. So Chicago electing to go for a 2-point attempt here. Should they convert this, it becomes a single-score game. Caldwell from the shotgun. That is A.J. Johnson in motion. Following Johnson. The defense keeping Caldwell out of the end zone. That is not a fumble. They ruled her down. So our score will remain 14-6 Atlanta.
Chicago is electing to onside kick. We will set up for a kickoff.
Now that's a rule in the LFL. Within 4 minutes, if you're down a single point, you can elect to onside kick. But would you onside kick here or trust your defense?
I would not onside kick. Coach Hack told me this is his best defense ever. Let them play defense.
This will be Dominique Collins. A good-looking kick, high sailing. And that looked to be Lauren Ziegler getting under it, but that's exactly what you would want from an onside kick, a nice hop up in the air.
The second hop, the problem is it went right at their #1 receiver, Lauren Ziegler. She's not going to fumble that.
Ziegler has had a career performance. We talked about it earlier in the week. She got notice that she indeed will be the 2017 Hall of Fame inductee. And what a gift this would be, and what a week it would be to not only be inducted into the Hall of Fame, but know that you're headed to the Legends Cup.
It would be incredible for her, but there's still 3 minutes left. I would run your regular offense. Don't try to think that you can run this clock out right now.
That's what they're going to try to do here. Nice tackle by Allie Alberts. That was Jessie Locklear, and a loss of a yard.
I wouldn't get too conservative if I was Mark White. You have Ziegler out there. Yeah, give Demery the ball. Let them run a little bit, but don't be scared to throw it to Ziegler.
Chicago does elect to call one of their 2 timeouts here. That is Coach Keith Hack coaching up his defense. We're going to take a listen into the huddle.
Hear what I'm telling you right now. You got to listen to what I'm saying. If for some reason she breaks free and is going to get a first down, let her score.
Okay.
You have to let her score.
Okay.
Because it's all they're going to do is suck the clock and we won't get the ball back.
Okay.
You got to let her score. We'll get the offense. We'll come and score. Then we have a chance for an onside kick.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Great call by head coach Keith Hack. You're going to try to make the stop, but if somehow they break through the line, let them go, let them score, and then you have a chance to score yourself, and then get the onside kick for another score.
Right, zone ball
Chicago down to 1 final timeout remaining, and 3:12 on the game clock. Dakota Hughes from the shotgun, handing it off to Locklear. No, she's going to keep it herself and takes a slide. There was contact. And that is what the call is going to be. They're going to call a roughing the passer here.
Smart play by Hughes. She gives herself up, but Kim Perez comes in and doesn't really hit her, kind of grabs her, but they call a penalty on Perez. Watch this. It's just an option play. Perez thinks it's a regular run, then she slides. Perez didn't really go after. I don't know if I'd make that call.
Personal foul. Number 5, Chicago. Hitting the quarterback after they went into the slide. 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Tom Hug obviously has the wrong number there. That was Kim Perez, not Allie Alberts. That's going to give this Atlanta team a 1st and goal.
This late in the game, I think that's a touchy call because Perez didn't really go after her. When she saw the quarterback go down, she kind of just grabbed her.
Allie Alberts was called for it, but obviously that was Kim Perez. And at this point, maybe you adopt the mentality that Coach Hack laid out. Let him score on this play.
I think you give it one more shot. There's a lot of time left, and they have 1 timeout left. I still think you try to stop them right here.
And you have the 2-minute warning. That's an additional timeout for Chicago. Toss left, Jessie Locklear. Another good tackle there, this time by Kristen Morrison. Chicago electing to call another timeout here. No, they're going to let the clock run.
We have a timeout on the field, Chicago. That is their second and final timeout.
They went back and forth. They're going to indeed call the timeout, and that'll be their final one of this game.
Real smart play by Jessie Locklear. She could have ran out of bounds. She slid, let the clock go.
You guys have faith. We're going to make a hole here, and offense is going to score. All right, the big question is what play we're going to run to get a 2-point conversion.
Hey, Jesse, you're getting the ball. I need you two to push up the gap so far. Hey, two coming right side A gap.
Inside, she gets the football.
No, that's a B dive. Hey, you want the front person or the back person? You want Jesse getting in the back, right?
Jesse's getting it.
Yeah.
You want to talk about a smart quarterback. She knows where everybody is supposed to be at all times. That is what you want from your leader.
Absolutely. She knows everybody's position, what they have to do, and she tells them to make sure they do it right.
Second and goal. Chicago now out of timeouts. The only other stoppage will be at the 2-minute mark. This is a handoff to Locklear. Dominique Collins all over that. No gain on the play. That'll set up a 3rd and goal.
You still want to try to score if you're Atlanta. There's a lot of time, and that clock's going to stop at the 2-minute mark.
That is Michelle Angel and Chris Michelson of the Seattle Mist scouting this game with Stevie Schnorr and Jessica Hopkins. They're not leaving their seat. They want to see who they match up with in Legends Cup 2017.
They are just thrilled they're going back to the Legends Cup. I think a little bit inside they'd rather be Chicago after Chicago beat them in last year's Legends Cup, but they don't care if Atlanta makes it. They're just happy to be there.
Now Atlanta calling a timeout. I'm not sure the logic here at all.
All right, hey, this is what we want now. They got 2 downs to get a touchdown. One stoppage of play is on our side at the 2 minutes. So the next stoppage of play is on the 4th down. So we're probably gonna get the ball back with about 1:50 left. Plenty of time, all right?
Hey, we also, when we run this play, we're going to come back and huddle up again because it's only the 2 minutes.
Spread them out.
They just essentially got a 3rd timeout.
Double left.
You're good.
6, 5, 4.
I need the clock running.
You could hear Dakota Hughes say they essentially just gained another timeout, throwing shade at her coaching staff.
Atlanta just gave Chicago a shot. Why would you call timeout before the 2-minute warning? It makes 0 sense as a coach.
Atlanta will run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Advantage Chicago with another stop. 3rd and goal, dropping back to pass Dakota Hughes and chased down by Chantel Taylor. And that will take us to our 2-minute warning in a game that Atlanta is trying to hold on. Back to LFL football night, and next week, it's the 2017 Legends Cup. The Seattle Mist awaiting tonight's winner.
Hey, I need y'all here. This is the nail in the coffin, okay? This is our ticket to the Legends Cup. I need you to give me everything you have. I swear I'm gonna die for that, no matter who's in front of me, okay? Let's go. Hey, we gotta get
Dakota Hughes wants this bad, but I still cannot believe the Atlanta coaching staff. Tonight they did a great job with the defensive coordination and everything, but that call, taking a timeout, if Chicago makes a stop right here, they got a shot to tie this game.
Indeed, it's a 4th and goal. Ball at the 13. We've got another penalty down on the field.
We have an illegal substitution on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
Atlanta is starting to collapse here, giving Chicago an opportunity. Keep in mind they keep getting backed up. If they turn the ball over, we're down to a single-score game.
There is a lot of time, 1:56. This game should be over right now, and I would hate it if Atlanta somehow gave Chicago a chance.
That timeout right before the 2-minute mark by that gentleman, Mark White, really put this team in a bad situation.
And you saw the quarterback, Dakota Hughes, make a point that the coach screwed up. I wish she would have solved that before Mark White called timeout.
A 4th and goal. Clock remains at 1:56. Hughes back to pass into the end zone.
Holding! Fucking holding! Fucking holding! Fucking holding!
Lauren Ziegler had a shot at that one. Tamar Fennell face guarded her. She had height over top of Fennell. Allie Alberts was there too, but that ball almost got through. There was a shot to catch that. Wow.
Great defensive player there by Tamar Fennell.
Hey, relax! Relax!
With all the issues Chicago has had offensively and at times defensively, they're down to an opportunity to possibly tie this game and send it into overtime.
Jane Caldwell has another chance to show that she's an elite quarterback.
A 1st and 10, wasting no time down the field. They were trying to find A.J. Johnson, make it Allie Alberts. What a defensive play by Amber Clark.
Amber Clark was all over there. You got to hand it to Caldwell. She gave her receiver a chance, threw it up there, threw it deep. It's a jump ball. Clark made a great play.
Those are the 2 home run hitters for this offense, Allie Alberts and A.J. Johnson. But a lot of time left here. Work underneath. I know Chicago doesn't have any timeouts, but this is a shortened field. Work underneath and make your way down the field.
You're right. They have Christelle the Ferrari Harris. She can score on her own on underneath passes, and the quarterback can always down the football.
They've got about 27 yards here to pay dirt. Jane Caldwell from the shotgun. Clock remains at 1:44. Caldwell back to pass, going to try the right side, and sailing over the intended receiver. Amber Clark again in coverage.
Not a good throw by Jane Caldwell. They had twin sets over there. They had Allie Alberts outside and Christelle the Ferrari Harris inside doing daggers, 15 yards coming across, and she threw it right between them, not to either one of them, and it was incomplete.
A 3rd and 10, so the Chicago season down to a final 2 plays here. And that man, it must be a nervous wreck inside.
Absolutely. This game could have been over if he managed his timeouts right.
A 3rd and 10, all receivers flanked to the right side. And now going underneath to Christelle Harris. Harris managing to hold on to it. That would be a gain of 5 yards, making it a manageable 4th and 5.
Exactly. That gives them a shot at 4th and 5. So you can do the same play, or if somebody's open deep, you can give it a shot.
So it all comes down to this final play, having won 3 of the last 4 Legends Cups, being a dynasty. And for Atlanta, they've lost 6 consecutive times to this team. If they get a stop here, they get that gorilla off their back.
The play of the year for both teams.
A 4th and 5, Caldwell over the middle, deflected. And I'm not sure if that was caught. It will not matter, as Atlanta will take over on downs.
The biggest moment I talked about. There's less than 1 minute to go. The game is over. Let it wash over you.
Wow, Atlanta looks like they're going to the Legends Cup. What a game for them. What a play by their defensive line, knocking that last pass down. If you can't get to the quarterback, just jump up and knock it down. Wow.
And a great sound there from Dane Robinson talking to quarterback Dakota Hughes, telling her, hey, let this moment just wash over you. All the frustration that we've had over the years, soak in the moment.
Dakota Hughes, how about Adrian Purnell? How long has she waited for this opportunity right now to go to the Legends Cup?
There have been several people on that waiting list of the Atlanta roster. Dina Wojcicki, when you think of Lauren Ziegler, all the success that she has had.
Hey, it's okay. Hey, we're going, they're not. We're going, they're not. Hey, I need laser focus. Don't jump off sides, okay? Just take a knee on 1. Ready?
Dakota Hughes knows it's 51 seconds till they get to punch their ticket to the Legends Cup. They'll have to take a couple knees here. That is a 1st and 10. And for Chicago, this is the end of a dynasty, having won 3 of the last 4, not knowing how many key parts are going to return next year. This could be the end for them. But this moment is really about Atlanta.
Then get there quick, okay? Hey, I love you guys. I wouldn't have wanted to do this with anybody else. Hey, you guys have done amazing. This is ours. All right, tight on 1. Ready? Get to lane.
Think about this. Adrian Purnell and Lauren Ziegler, a couple years ago, they would commute to Atlanta from Tampa. 1,000 miles round trip, and they would do it every week. That is dedication.
And that'll do it as the final seconds tick off here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Atlanta finally gets the gorilla off its back and beats Chicago. What a moment for that young lady, Dakota Hughes.
I swear to God, I love you.
As the realization has set in that they are going to Legends Cup, but maybe even more sweetly, they've beaten Chicago to do it.
We've been getting all over Dakota Hughes for years, how she's a great quarterback, but has never won a big game. Well, guess what? Tonight she has. She is going to the Legends Cup. I love it.
Dakota Hughes embracing her family, and tears of joy and champagne all the way around as the Atlanta Steam are your 2017 Eastern Conference champion. And that'll do it for us here from Chicago, Illinois. We have our 2017 Legends Cup set up. It'll be the Seattle Mist and the Atlanta Steam. Congratulations to Dakota Hughes, Lauren Ziegler, Adrian Purnell, and your 2017 Eastern Conference champion. For Bobby Hugo, this is Mitch Mortaza. We will see you next week from Legends Cup 2017.